Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the March 14th, 2025 lunar eclipse in Virgo. Now, first off, a lunar eclipse is like a full moon in astrology, but it could be much more powerful and intense. It may have life-altering implications. The effects may be much more sustained and protracted. It could be a major turning point in one's life. This could manifest an exceptional, unrestrained, uninhibited unleashing of emotions. Being in Virgo, it may be due to a situation that involves work, industry, service, diagnosis, or analysis. Maybe one becomes tired, exasperated, full, so to speak, of somebody that is overly pedantic, critical, judgmental, cynical, fault-finding, or worrisome. Now, this lunar eclipse, it can impact all collectively, of course, but especially those that have a Virgo or Cancer sun, moon, or ascendant. Virgo, of course, because it will be in their sign. And Cancer, because the moon governs Cancer, and Cancer is simply impacted strongly by all transits and phases of the moon. Perhaps this plays a role in why the zodiac sign Cancer can be very fickle, moody, and temperamental. Now, for Virgo, if it conjuncts their sun, moon, or ascendant, this could be it could even be more significant, amplified, and intensified. Also, too, keep in mind, there can be a greater propensity for accidents at this time, since emotions will be in full throttle. There may be car-related accidents due to, people being distracted. It could be due to worry or apprehension. It could be diagnostic work on the vehicle improperly done. And with this being a lunar eclipse, it could be more serious as opposed to a regular full moon. Improper cleaning with the undercarriage, as an example, could lead to problems with steering, and thus that could result consequently in an accident. I would say also that it's not, accidents just they're not limited necessarily to, auto or vehicle related accidents. It could be, being in Virgo, just something work related, or dealing with cabinets, or something that it could be more serious given the fact that you're talking about a lunar eclipse. So it's important to be careful at this time if you're doing something work related, and especially if you're involved with machinery or sharp cutting instruments. Things, if you're in a more hazardous type position, be exceptionally prudent and careful at this time. Now, also too, full moons can represent completions and culmination of something. And being in Virgo, it may be something associated with analysis, even worry, extrapolating or compiling data, health, fitness, diets, or servicing something. And, say if it's in the third house, as an example, could be diagnosing a vehicle. In some cases, this could just be the ending or completion or culmination of some kind of frugality or parsimony. And it could, given that it's a lunar eclipse, it may be very significant in a person's life if one comes to the realization of that. Now, another thing about this lunar eclipse in Virgo, keep in mind that it could also be some kind of, you could say, like a revelation of some kind, or, unveiling, because that's what full moon lunar eclipses are about. It could be a worrisome situation that is disclosed. It could be something with frugality or even parsimony associated with a person. It could be something associated with a person's diet, and maybe a person that has been complaining nearly compulsively about something. Now, in some instances, it could be data that had been missing, may be disclosed. Let's say if it falls in the 8th house, as an example. It could be data from a toxicology report. The 8th house rules toxins. And revelations, remember, they're not always bad. It could be a self-revelation in which one becomes more cognizant. It could be of some analytical, organizational, or cerebral ability. It may be an ability to compartmentalize, such as defragging a computer. It may also reveal someone that may be like a germaphobe. I guess someone that has germophobia. I don't know if that word even applies anymore, but you understand what I'm saying. Or shows some kind of hypochondriac tendencies. Again, I don't know if that word actually applies, but you understand what I'm getting at with that. And something may come out regarding, a crime of misery, connected. It could be with someone's lower income or stature in life, such as panhandling, loitering, or soliciting, as some examples. Also, too, the full moon can indicate a time where one simply becomes tired, full, or exasperated by something. Being in Virgo, it may be somebody that is overly pedantic, critical, judgmental, worrisome, or anxious. Virgo is also about precision. It's interesting, someone told me one time I was too precise for him, and I don't remember the transits on the day. It would be funny if there were any transits related to Virgo at that time, though. Also, too, this could be the ending, completion of a Virgo profession. Some examples can include a position as a data analyst, a computer programmer, dietitian, a fitness instructor, a nutritionist, a healthcare worker, an editor or proofreader, or even a veterinarian. With this being a lunar eclipse, it could be something of much significance and life-altering. Now, in some instances, this could be the disclosure of a Virgo. It could be like a health, related issue. Now, let's say, for example, if this falls in the first or sixth house, especially. There could be, some issues with IBS, abdominal problems, digestion, food assimilation, the pancreas, the spleen, or an intestinal issue. With this being a lunar eclipse as opposed to a regular full moon, it may be more serious. It could be prodigious inflammation to the pancreas, or, I don't know if I'm saying this right, people, so bear with me, gastroesophageal reflux, I believe it's called. But anyway, also, too, it's important to look at the house this falls in, as this could impact its delineation and interpretation. Now, this is going to fall in my fifth house, and I'm wondering if it could be the ending of me doing, the videos in which at times I extrapolate, which is Virgo, sports, which is the fifth house data. And also, too, I project, statistics, for players and games or what have you. But it also could be the realization, maybe, or awareness, which is the full moon, of perhaps being, it could be overly particular and critical, which is Virgo, of potential lovers, which is the fifth house. And, I hope this is not the ending of some cerebral, analytical, amusement and enjoyment, because that would include, let's say, my astrology could be as well. So hopefully it's not going to be the ending of that. It does make a conjunction to Pluto, and Pluto is, connected with the occult, which includes astrology. Now, also, too, it's important to look at the aspects that this makes to points in your chart, as this could impact how it affects you. This is going to make a conjunction to my natal, Pluto and Virgo, as I stated before, in the fifth house. Now, this could manifest in a number of ways. One way may simply be a powerful ending associated with endings, of course, are the full moon, lunar eclipses, associated with passion, which is Pluto, for analytical, intellectual, which is Virgo, amusement and enjoyment, which is the fifth house. Now, on a deeper level, it may be expressed in something unveiled and revealed, which is the lunar eclipse. That could involve the death, which is Pluto. If someone, that was, that maybe I did love and I wasn't consciously aware of it. And that maybe I analyzed for some time, which is, Virgo, of course, is analysis. And it could be a time where, deep-rooted feelings about this person may be, I may bring to the surface. So anyway, Now, also, too, what I want to get at is that this lunar eclipse is going to fall at 23 degrees Virgo. Now, as far as Sabian symbols go, it could be some, like a realization or, say, revelation, unveiling regarding someone being ostracized by one's family. It could be where many people come out and actually express this to others. Now, something may come out regarding a person. It could be being extremely egocentric and self-centered. The fact this falls on a lunar eclipse can have greater impact and repercussions, though. It could also be an understanding of attainment of objectives through persistent and laborious efforts, but at the same time, the realization of the spiritual side of accomplishments, as opposed to being caught up, in the glory of doing so and getting, like notoriety and recognition for it, or what have you. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying,